Okay, I never know how to start these videos, but hello, welcome to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. I want to delve into the world of making friends as an adult, because as weird as it sounds to myself in my own head, I am in fact an adult. I don't know when that happened, but it did. And I'm here now. I have my own house, I pay my own bills, I have a full-time job. I'm a full-fledged adult. So with that full-fledgedness of adultness has come the experience of making friends after university, after school, and most importantly, moving countries and meeting people. It's been a challenge, it's been an adventure, it's been an experience, and I'm now here to share my tips, my experiences, and yeah, just to give you guys some examples basically, just go through making friends as an adult, because it's not easy, but it's interesting. So the first thing that I think is so important when it comes to making friends as an adult is to actually just get over the fear of putting yourself out there. It's not going to be as easy as it was when you were at university. There's many reasons I think that come into it with making friends as an adult, but you just have to make sure that you put yourself in situations where you can meet people who are like-minded. Like, my favorite quote is a Geordie quote, which is like, shy bends get now. Now, shy bends get now basically means, it's like shy bends get knee sweets. Like, if you don't ask, you don't get. My dad always used to say this to me. It's something I literally live by in many different areas of my life. One of those areas being friends, because if you don't ask people to hang out and if you don't create those plans for yourself, sometimes you're not going to get anything. A lot of people have busy lives, a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on. Creating that space to hang out with someone isn't as easy as it used to be when you're younger, because we have so much going on in our lives. We have to spend time with like the friends that maybe we already have, family, resting our mind and spending time with ourselves, because that's also super important. Working, doing hobbies, whatever it is, like, we have so much going on that sometimes people just might not even consider asking you to do something because they're so wrapped up in whatever's going on in their own life, and that doesn't mean that's a bad thing. It's just something to remember. Don't wait for people to ask you to do something. Don't wait for people to ask you to be their friend. Like, get out there and also ask other people to be your friend or to meet up and do something, because you never know, like, someone could be a mate. You just never know until you try. And there's so many ways that you can make friends now. So one way that I've made friends over the last few years is actually using apps. So my favorite app is Bumble BFF, and I've met a ton of people through that, and then through that I've met more people, so it's like kind of a domino effect. Like, through the years I've met so many friends through the internet / through apps. One of my best friends who lives in America, who I met through YouTube back in the day. I have a friend in Germany who I met through Daily Booth / Tumblr. I have a bunch of friends through Instagram. I've met a lot of people through the online world, just because it's like so easy to meet people that are like you. Because if we think back to when maybe our parents were younger, it wasn't so easy for them to meet people. Like, if they didn't have a friend live in their neighborhood, they probably weren't going to meet them, because, I mean, unless like someone moved to the neighborhood, but you're stuck with what you have. Where here I feel like the chances of meeting someone that is actually more your vibe is so much higher. Like, the chances are so much higher. So yeah, grab that opportunity by the balls and go ask someone to be your friend. Stop waiting for people to come to you. I think it's really important to also lean into lifestyle changes. I feel like sometimes we really hold on to friendships which have burn its course. The friendships that we kind of hold on to and you're like, why is this not working anymore? It's nothing against you, it's nothing against that person. Sometimes life does just go in separate ways. You grow in other ways, they grow in others. It's like, it's no hard feelings, but like, just don't hold on to that. As we grow and change into adults, we learn a lot about ourselves. Like, we grow, consequences change. Like, you might move to another country, your friend might move to another country, they might start a new job, they might move town, like, whatever it is, like, things change. Like, that is life. Like, stuff changes, and it's okay. This opens up maybe more space and more room for you to accept other people into your life, and for you to learn from other people, and for you to teach other people, because I think that's also a really important thing about friendships, is that from friendships it can be kind of a give and take relationship, because you're both growing with each other, you're both experiencing things together, and you both help each other grow and experience life. So yeah, I think sometimes when a friendship closes, it's really important to not hold on to that. And that doesn't mean that you can't miss the friendship or miss that person, but if you have tried reaching out to someone, say if it's on like their behalf, they've kind of left the friendship, and again, it's got nothing to do with you, it's just life. Like say they've moved countries, and you know, you've reached out to them and you're trying, but it's not reciprocated, like let it go. Don't waste that energy. Again, nothing to do with you, it's just the way life goes, and sometimes, unfortunately. And I've probably done it to other friends as well, where I move countries and I can't keep up with everyone. I don't have the time or the energy or the money to be flying back to the UK and seeing everyone. It doesn't mean that I love them any less. It's just life, unfortunately. It's also important for some friendships to not put so much pressure on. So alongside with that, I also have a lot of friendships where they are very low energy, in the sense of like they're very long-term friends, like people that I've known for quite a long time. Like for example, my best friend, like my childhood bestie, I've not seen her in a while. Like I saw her a few months back, but it was literally for a couple of hours for dinner because she was over here on a hen do and we found an opportunity to see each other. But you know, our lives are very different. We both live in different countries. Like it's hard to kind of match up a lot of the time. That doesn't mean I don't love her. That doesn't mean that she's not one of my best friends. Like if she needed me, I'd be on the phone straight up. I am like the worst texter. So sometimes like I feel so bad because she's texted me in the past and I've taken like weeks to respond. And again, it's not her. It's just like I'm a shit texter. Like I am with that with a lot of people. But it's a low pressure friendship where I know that if either of us ever needed each other, we'd be there on the phone ready to tackle whatever it is. But there's no pressure of like, you need to reply to me by this date, because I just don't really think that's healthy. And as an adult, you just don't have time. Like things like, I think that's just the big end of it. It's just life. I have no other way to explain it. Like sometimes I'm on my phone, like just because I'm not replying doesn't mean I'm too busy. It's just sometimes I'm so mentally exhausted, and like replying to people takes so much mental effort sometimes. And I was speaking to one of my friends the other day, because she'll apologize when she's not replied to me. I'm like, it's fine, like don't worry. When it's like nothing important, take your time. Like I understand more than anyone that sometimes I'm just literally lying on the sofa, lying in bed, watching TikToks, and that's all my mind wants to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. So just accept those lifestyle changes, because I think that is a big jump from kind of being at university where everyone is on their own timetable and we're all in like the same place. And then when you leave university, we're all on our own path and we're all doing things at such different times, because obviously we're all dealing with their own journey. So while you might be in one place, one person might not always be in the same place. So I think it's just really important to remember that. So I also think when you are making friends as an adult, it's really important to be patient and not rush into being besties with like the first person that comes your way. I've definitely made that mistake before by being like a people pleaser in the past. So whenever someone would come into my life, I would kind of be like, okay, you'll do, which is a really bad way to kind of look at friends, but it was never like that, like you'll do, but it was like, you know, I enjoy your like company. Maybe you're not like the perfect person for me, but you'll do. But those friendships ended up not being the best for me, in the sense of maybe I got used. For example, I have a car, so people would see me as a mode of transport. So, and I would know this deep down, but I would kind of like just let it happen, because I was like, well, I do have a car, but I enjoy hanging out with them, so I'll let it be, you know. And that's just not the type of friend that you want, because they're not going to be there for you. They're not a true friend. They're just like a temporary friend. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that if you are looking for true friendships, then I think the best thing you can do is just be patient and be picky with those friendships. Just because you go on like one Bumble BFF date doesn't mean you're going to find your lifelong bestie partner or someone that's going to want to do everything with you. Sometimes it really is like dating is. You have to meet a lot of people you have to get to know a lot of people before you find the right friend. And obviously it's different for everyone, and you could kind of go on one friend date and be like, I found my bestie, and that's great, and I'm so happy for anyone that has that experience. But for anyone that is kind of finding it hard to meet people, and they just seem like they're going round and round circles and meeting the wrong type of people, or they've met people and then they've ended up being horrible, or they've ended up just not being the right vibe, or whatever it is, just know that like it's fine, it's normal, it's, again, life. Be patient with it, don't give up. If you need a break, because I know that meeting friends and making the effort is mentally exhausting sometimes, so make sure that you're actually spending time on yourself and taking breaks when you feel up for it. Like, just keep going at it again and you'll meet the right person. I also think it's important is that at least last year I feel like maybe I wasn't in the right frame of mind to make very good friends, or like the previous years as well, because I was being this people pleaser. Like, I was not in a very self-confident place, and last year I was quite low in terms of self-confidence as well, but in a different way, and I had a lot of anxiety and I just didn't feel like myself. And 2-3 years ago I was more this person that would let people walk all over me. I would still be their friend. Where last year I was more someone that was shutting myself off, not making the effort, because I was becoming an introvert, which is not me. I'm completely an extrovert, but it was like I was becoming this other person. So I think I needed the time to be by myself, reflect and grow as a person, to the point that I am now, where I'm still growing, of course, we're always growing, but I'm definitely in a better headspace now to meet new friends and be in a space where I can actually make the effort to do things with people. I mean, there's still some times where I'm like, I really can't be bothered, but I'm definitely in a better place now. I mean, when it comes to making friends, I think you have to be really open-minded, but at the same time, like, just make sure you don't overlook the red flags just because you want friends, because the energy that you have, it's so much better to spend that on yourself than spending that on people who are not good for you, or for people who don't have your best interests at heart. And obviously when you first meet someone might not have your best interests at heart, but I feel like if they're a good person and someone worthy of your time, they would at least have some of your interests at heart. Because even if I've met someone once, I would still want the best for them. I wouldn't, think anything bad of them. So I think if someone is showing you red flags from the start, don't wait for those red flags to explode or get even more intense. Next is that I think it's important to not compare yourself and your friendships to other people and what you see online. This is something I would do when I was younger as well, where I would look at kind of big groups of friends and they would all go out together on like girls' holidays or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I would really like that, because I've always had single friends, kind of one friend here, one friend there, but they've never mixed. I mean, as an adult, I definitely became like a mixer of my friends, because I'm like, oh, this person would really like this person. A side quest to this point also is don't be a gatekeeper of friends. I really hate people that gatekeep friends. Like, if you have an amazing friend and another amazing friend and you think they would get on amazing together, don't keep them separate because you were like, they might not love me anymore. No, I don't understand gatekeeping of friends, but anyway, that was just a little side comment. With life in general, it's important to not compare, but also I think when we're scrolling online, especially in times such as the summer, as we are now, it's really easy to scroll past on Instagram and be like, oh, everyone's got friends, everyone's doing super cool plans, everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that, and I'm sat here and I can't seem to find anyone to do it with. And it's not like, people aren't doing that 24/7. Like, they might have a cool holiday planned and of course they're going to post it everywhere and you're going to see it, but you're not seeing the weekends when they're not doing stuff with friends. I mean, there's the rare case where people who are literally friend sluts and they're like out every single weekend, they've got a different group of friends and they're just one of those people that gets on with everyone, super extroverted. There's nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying is just don't compare yourself to that, because that isn't always the reality. The next one is that it's important to accept that not everyone's going to be your best friend, and that there's different friends for different things. This kind of goes off like what I was saying earlier as well. It's difficult to find a connect, like listen to me. it is difficult to find a connection. I was thinking earlier that my theory of why making friends as an adult is hard is because when you're younger, we're still learning about ourselves. We're in a situation, like we're in university, we're kind of like just looking for fun. We don't really have ourselves, we just don't have ourselves figured out. I mean, a few people do, but I'm speaking for the majority and myself. We don't have it figured out. We're just live, laugh, loving, okay? Like life is not that serious. Life is not that deep when you're younger. Where when you're an adult, going back to what we've talked about, you don't really have as much time. You have different hobbies. You understand yourself more. You kind of are probably more like confident in yourself. You know what you want, you know what you don't want. So we have higher standards, I think. And then we also do become, a lot of us become a little bit more introverted maybe when we have like our own space and we're not wanting to go out as much. And I feel like maybe sometimes when we get older we get a little bit more anxious. I don't know why, if it's because you become more aware of the world. But, you know, we're in a different headspace and it's harder to make friends as an adult. I think as we get older, we discover ourselves more. It just makes us more picky and aware of who we spend our precious time with. So I think just, yeah, not every friendship is going to be your ride or die. Like the people that I met a few years ago who are no longer in my life and no longer a friend through different circumstances, I don't regret any of those friendships because I learned a lot from all of them and they were right for me at the time. I appreciate those people. And you will meet people who aren't going to be your ride or die besties. They might be your brunch besties, your party besties, your yoga besties, your go for a hot girl walk, get a coffee bestie. Like not every friend has to tick every single box. And I heard something in a video recently which I really want to mention before I forget. Making friends is something that you have had to do your whole entire life, and it's something that you're going to have to continue to do throughout your whole entire life, whether that's at work or in personal circumstances, whatever it is. You're going to meet new people. They might be your friends, so that's making friends. So you're going to be making friends your whole entire life. People come and go, la la la. It's life. And different phases of your life require different friendships. The people that I've had, I don't regret those friendships because that's what I needed at that time, and I've grown, and that would be the friend that I want now. But like back then, that was a friend Anna needed, but that's not the friend Anna needs now. And vice versa for maybe people that I no longer speak to. Maybe I'm not someone they need now in their life. So, and if you do find yourself struggling to meet people, don't feel like it's never gonna happen, because it will. I just want to conclude by saying that I understand it's tricky to make friends. I'm in that time of my life now where I have a few friends, but I do want to meet new people. And I understand there's been times when I felt super lonely and I've cut myself off and I've been quiet and I've not want to meet new people. And making friends is a lifelong skill that we all should have, and I think we all do have. But yeah, you just have to be very out there but kind to yourself and understanding of situations, and just make sure that you're not comparing to other people. I mean, everything that I've said in this video, and there's a bunch of other stuff as well with making friends as adults, but I think they're the key points that I would recommend. But yeah, making friends as an adult is hard, but it's not impossible. Know that feeling lonely is completely normal as well. We all have moments, again, depending on the phase of life that we're in or the moment of life that we're in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know if there is anything that I've missed or any experiences that you've had with kind of making friends as an adult. Please do leave that in the comments. I'm very happy that I've made this video, and I really hope that I've helped you guys. If you want to hear anything more about the apps that I've used or how I've approached friends online, then let me know as well in the comments, and I can make a video about that. I'll happily share my experiences a little bit further. Sending kisses. Ciao!